Hi, I'm Danny DeLong, State Volunteer Lead for AARP Nebraska's Veterans and Military Families Program. November is National Veterans and Military Families Month, a time for AARP Nebraska to honor the service and sacrifice of our 31,000 members who are veterans, their families, and the approximately 130,000 Nebraska veterans and their families. During the month of November, we are bringing in key professionals who will share with us resources available to veterans and their military families. We are hosting this four-part series on veterans resources from our Facebook page on AARP Nebraska. You can catch us live on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Central Time, or tune in anytime to watch the recorded interviews. On November 4th, we interviewed Bellevue University's program of educational benefits and services for veterans and military students. Today, November 11th, we're going to interview Mr. Charles West, the whole health care coordinator at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs here in Nebraska. On November 18th, we will have an interview about caregiving resources through the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs here in Nebraska. We will interview Tracy Krogan, who heads up caregiving resources. On November 25th, our conversation on veterans resources will be with John Hilger, Director of the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Our speakers will be providing information about veteran benefits that are important to Nebraska veterans and their families. When you consider applying for these services, we recommend you do your own research by contacting your county veterans service officer, the veterans representative at any educational institution, or a representative of the Veterans Administration. Today's session is going to focus, as I said before, on the VA's whole health care program, which is a program that's available to Nebraska veterans. Charles West will review the program and its contribution to improved health for our veterans. Welcome, Charles. Please tell us briefly about your military experience and your VA experience. And while you're doing that, give us your title, since I forgot to say it earlier.
No worries. So, like Danny said, thanks, Danny. My name is Charles West. I'm the whole health partner here at the Lincoln VA. My experience in the service was great. I did 8 years in the Air Force. I come from a long line of Air Force military members. I was born in the Philippines, raised in Germany, so the transition into service was a pretty easy one for me. After that, I got out the service and spent a lot of time with my family. I was able to get connected here at the Lincoln VA, and I started out as CWT, which is compensated work therapy, and I worked my way up from there to EMS to now being the whole health partner for Lincoln. And it's a great feeling to be able to give back to the veterans that came before me and are now coming after me. So it's awesome.
Well, we're thankful you're here, Charles. I think you're going to start us out with a PowerPoint that will give us kind of an overview of the program and answer a few of the questions that our viewers might have, and then we'll kind of wrap that up with some additional examples and questions that have come up, and then we're going to be ready to say it's been fun, Charles.
All right. Sounds good. So, with that being said, welcome to the whole health introduction. I'll be going over some things with you to try and give you some clarification on exactly what whole health is and how the system works here at the VA. Next slide, please. So the hospital mission is to honor American veterans by providing exceptional health care that improves their health and well-being. The VA can and should lead transformation of healthcare for our veterans and the nation. With that being said, the people that work in the whole health program and the professionals that do your clinical care, we really have strived to improve the care that is provided here at the VA. Next slide. All right, so what is whole health? Whole health recognizes you as a whole person. Whole health goes beyond your illness, your injury, your disability, and it focuses on your health and well-being and includes self-care and complementary therapies such as acupuncture, massage, and yoga. Along with your medical care in whole health, you are more an active partner in your healthcare team. Why is the VA changing the way healthcare is provided? The care mission of the Veterans Health Administration is to honor American veterans by providing exceptional health care that improves their health and well-being. Exceptional care is different than it used to be. It now includes getting to know you better. It includes learning what matters to you, focusing on your goals in your life and your health, and supporting you in addressing your well-being and your self-care. How is whole health different? The health care usually focuses on preventative care, lowering risk in illness and disease. Are your cancer screenings up to date? Are your flu shots up to date? Those types of things. Those are important. And in whole health, it's more than just that. It focuses on what's important to you in your life and how you want to live your life. It includes self-care and things you can do to increase healing and improve your health and well-being. This could be an appropriate time for the, oh, wow, excuse me. What do we mean by self-care? Self-care, the research shows that the most important ingredient to being healthy is how you take care of yourself, and you don't need a medical background to do that. Medical care is important, but how you live your life in between medical appointments makes the biggest difference. Self-care is not something that you have to figure out on your own. In whole health, you have the opportunity to look at all the areas of your life, areas of strength and aspects where support may be helpful. We call these components proactive health and well-being. You may want to start with one or two areas. Next slide. So those areas of focus are going to be working the body, exercise and movement for energy, flexibility and strength, your surroundings, how things around you affect your body and emotions, personal development, learning and growing throughout your lifetime, food and drink, nourishing your body, recharge, that goes into your sleep, rest and relaxation, family, friends, and coworkers are your relationships with others. Spirit and soul is a sense of connection, purpose, or meaning, and power of the mind, that's tapping into your ability to heal and cope. And those types of things are very important. And that's why we've broken those areas down so you get a bigger understanding of what those areas are. And when you look at that dark blue area there, the prevention and treatment, that's going to be the yoga therapy, the Tai Chi, the Qigong, the meditation pieces. That's going to be where acupuncture, chiropractic care, and massage lie in those areas there. Next slide, please. All right, so whole health coaches. The whole health coach is going to be, it's pretty much like your battle buddy. With change does come some barriers. So when you face those barriers, you get with your whole health coach to kind of help you identify those areas where you might need some support. So they're going to be there for you if you're striving for a healthier weight, if any long-term or short-term goals, tobacco cessation if you're trying to quit smoking, personal development if your goal is to just advance in your job. You know, there might be some barriers there. So the whole health coach keeps you focused on those goals and keeps you moving through the process of change. Next slide, please. Integrated pain clinic. That's going to be, you're going to have to get a consult from your primary care physician. But what it is the whole health pain team works together with the physician assistant and the clinical pharmacy specialist. And their goal is to get you back to what you love to do. They want to improve your function and increase your quality of life. They provide some opioid safety education, and they also engage you with different resources that are available to you through the VA or outside of the VA that can help you with pain management. Next slide, please. So some of the offerings that we have right now that are going on virtually, we have acupressure. That'll teach you some pressure points that can help you relieve some of the pain that you're having. Chiropractic care, massage therapy. know that's kind of weird to see virtually, but all they're going to do is teach you some stretches that'll get you feeling better until you can get in for your appointment to physically see the chiropractor or the massage therapist. Health coaching, like I talked about earlier, that's going to be your battle buddy through some of the changes that you're going to want to make throughout your life. The movement therapies like yoga, Tai Chi, there's also Qigong, which is more heart-focused breathing. The health psychologist will teach you some mindfulness for stress, just a way to relax and be mindfully aware of some of the things that might be causing you some stress. To be able to really identify those things, we have to kind of focus in on them for a little bit. Intro to whole health, pretty simple, self-explanatory. It's just an introduction to all the different things that we have to offer you. And then integrative pain clinic, which we spoke about earlier. Next slide, please. Some of the apps that we have that are free to download, they're VA approved applications. Breathe to Relax, it's a great way to learn that little bit of mindfulness. Mindfulness Coach is another one that I use personally. I use it all the time. I use it in the morning. I use it on my lunch break. I use it in the evening, especially in traffic. COVID Coach is another way to kind of keep you relaxed, because we are dealing with a lot going on right now with people having to quarantine or not be able to see their families the way they'd want to. So COVID Coach is there to kind of just help you stabilize that mood. All these are just there to help you relax. We can't stop negative thoughts from coming. There's no red light for a thought. There's no yellow light for a thought. They normally come full speed. So with these apps, they kind of help you with that relaxation piece of disengaging those thoughts and not becoming a slave to those thoughts. So next slide, please. So if there are any questions, I would definitely suggest calling in to your local VA, letting them know that you're interested in the whole health program. They'll get you connected to the department. They probably won't need to send you through an intro class because I'm giving you this information here. But if you'd like to learn more and you would like to take an intro class, they would set you up with me or one of the other whole health partners. And we would love to help you out to get you where you would like to be in your life. So thank you.
Thanks, Charles. Great overview. Let me just go through one of the last things you said. So if I'm interested in whole health care, and I do go to the Lincoln VA, I get excellent medical care at the Lincoln VA outpatient clinic and have for years. If I wanted to know about healthcare, whole health care, I could call for an appointment and ask the person that answers the phone to put me through to someone who can explain whole health care to me.
Yes, sir.
Would that work?
That would definitely work. What we could do also, your doctor can put in a return to clinic. So what that is, it notifies me that you're interested in whole health, and I'd reach out to you and give you a phone call and see what day would work for you for us to talk about some of the things you'd like to work on through whole health. Once we spoke, I normally get people connected with the whole health coach. And since you're in Lincoln, your whole health coach would be my old whole health coach, who's a great guy, Army vet, really good at his job, kept me honest, kept me focused, which is why I'm able to do this presentation today.
Sounds great. If I'm sitting there talking to my physician, and by the way, I think she's the best physician there at the Lincoln Outpatient Clinic, do I have to say whole health care to her, or will that come up in any way in which she'll initiate the conversation? What should I say to her? Doctor, can you help me get connected with the whole health care program? Is that what I should say to her?
Yes, that would definitely be the easiest way for them to know that you're interested in whole health. They have changed their conversation with veterans, though. You know, if there's something that you're concerned about or something that you want to make a change on, you know, if you're saying like, oh, my leg muscles aren't as strong as they used to be, normally that would trigger them to ask you, well, have you thought about Tai Chi or yoga? Because both of those therapies are there to help you strengthen those muscles. I personally have had several knee surgeries, so I've a reconstruction and meniscus tears all day long. So when I brought that up to them, that's when they asked me if I wanted to be a part of whole health. I was also dealing with a lot of stress after serving in the military, And that was another piece where they were like, well, we have a class of mindfulness. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I'm glad I found out about it because I'm in a way better headspace now. So yeah, definitely ask those questions about whole health if that's something that you're interested in, for sure.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because that helps our listeners and viewers out there kind of know what the keywords are that they need to be thinking about when they speak with a physician, because many times that may be the person who first gets us to whole health is our physician. And so in regard to that, it seems to me what you're saying is if as a part of the whole health program, I as a veteran have an opportunity to be a partner in working with the medical and clinical staff at the Lincoln VA or the Omaha VA, a partner in improving my health. I can take an active role in
Yeah,
improving my health by participating in the whole healthcare program. Does that sound like what you've been saying to us?
that's very accurate. Honestly, that's what drew me to this program was the fact that I felt like I had more of a voice in my care, in what I wanted to accomplish. And it did kind of put me on that level, like you said, of being a partner as opposed to just being a patient. So
Being a patient.
it's definitely a different feeling when you're a part of. I feel like this program really brings that added piece that we've all been looking for, to be able to say what we want to work on, what we want to achieve for our health. And I know some of the questions that we do ask in whole health, like what do you want to live for? Why do you want to be healthy? What do you want your health for? Those are really tough questions. But with those types of questions begins the framework for us to really be able to help someone achieve their health and well-being all in one. So
And those questions and others are part of the whole health cares program of assistance to the veteran to define his or her self-care goals. I think
yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Okay. Super. Now, in the age of COVID, where we're not able to necessarily access uh, care partners in person, or at least not on a regular daily basis or for physical care, are you guys using some kind of telehealth facilities? I know the VA has a telehealth system. I've used it to consult with a couple of my caregivers. Are you using that same approach for veterans who need to check in with your program or clarify the kind of exercise they should be doing?
yes. So we use VA Video Connect, which is a way for us to connect with the veterans remotely without them having to come to the VA. So a lot of the programs that I showed earlier, we do have a schedule that's a virtual calendar of all the different classes that we have to offer. We have the movement classes, which, like I said, are composed of yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong. And then we also have the well-being classes, which are more directed towards like in-class learning. So meditation, mindfulness for stress, integrative pain clinic. I do a class called Taking Charge of My Life and Health, which is a 6-week class that covers all 8 of those proactive forms of health and well-being that were in that circle. And we identify in what areas you feel like you're doing well and what areas you might need some improvement. And that goes into then getting more information about what an inflammatory diet is. We offer a class on that. I had no idea that some of the foods that I was eating were causing me to have inflammation in my legs, which is why my knees never felt better after surgery. So I had to change my diet a little bit. You know, learning those little things is what helped me get to the point that I'm at now. So definitely. We also have classes that are dedicated to pain. We have all sorts of classes, working the body courses, surroundings courses, just to get you comfortable with where you're at. Or if you're not comfortable where you are, some of the changes that you can make, like getting rid of clutter, things like that, that can help you out with feeling more comfortable at your house. So there's a lot that comes with being a part of whole health.
And at the same time, we don't have to take all of it. We can
Right.
kind of pick and choose based on
Exactly.
our goals, the kinds of activities that that we want to participate in. I think that's what you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like it. And I think we're going to have viewers that like it. Is there a way to do the initial orientation by telehealth?
Yes, it is.
Can we make an appointment like through the regular VA appointment line
Uh, you,
to get a telehealth, an orientation to whole health through the telehealth program?
you would have to call Whole Health. Once you call the VA, they would get you connected to Whole Health. Then we'd be able to set you up with a Whole Health intro appointment to kind of get you started, see where you're at, see where you want to go. And from there, I normally get you connected with a Whole Health coach that'll kind of guide you through some of the other aspects that we have here at the VA.
Sounds like a great program, Chuck. Glad you're there. I'm glad the VA has opened itself to moving beyond clinical services to self-help services, self-motivation services. Those are wonderful additions to the beautiful VA services that we enjoy. Chuck, I want to thank you for your service and your commitment as a veteran and for your service in the Veterans Administration. Thank you for the great explanation of the VA's whole healthcare program and how veterans can access and participate in the program. I think we have a website that will be running across the bottom of the screen. Yep, there it is. And folks, you can go to the va.org or .gov/whole health, all one word, /. Okay. Chuck, thank you again, and appreciate your wonderful review. Looking forward to meeting you the next time I'm at the VA. I'll see if I can look you up there.
All right. Thanks, Danny. And thank you to AARP for giving me the opportunity to share this important information to all the veterans that are out there. And thank you also, Danny, for your service as well.
Thanks, Chuck. And I thank our viewers for watching today's session. If you enjoyed today's session, please like this post and share it on your page to let others know what you learned. Thanks again.
Thank you.